Hi guys, Savannah here. It is June 3rd and it's just after 9 o'clock. I already started this once, only got 5 minutes into it, thankfully, and realized that my speech was not very good. I was rambling about a bunch of crap, and that didn't need to be in this video. So I'm starting again, hopefully being more efficient because I have a ton to show you. I have stitching, finishes, diamond painting, crocheting, and knitting. I have a lot. So I will start with what is on my list because I made a list this time to kind of keep track of what I want to talk about. My daughter Olivia graduated or was promoted from kindergarten this on the 31st. She is officially done with kindergarten. How cute is that they gave us this? Yep, pretty excited about that. She's super excited for first grade, so, let's keep her excited about school, right? What else? No starts 2019, so I only made it 4.5 months, and I'm not mad about it, honestly. I feel like that was a really good run for myself, for me. I don't start things all the time, but last year I started so many things, small things, started and finished most of them, that none of my older whips were touched. This year I've finished two of my oldest whips, so I see that as I see that as a job well done. I did enjoy it until the end, where I started to get stressed out about having all these these projects that I want to get started, because I thought the sooner they could get started, the sooner they can be finished. And so I just, I caved, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I started a bunch of things this month, but I'm going to go back to focusing on my Europe whips as well. So also, I'm currently at 471 subscribers, and I found this awesome gift that I would love to give away when I hit 500 subscribers. So I'm not going to show it now. I'll show it when I do hit 500 subscribers, or at least, the next video after that happens. So keep a lookout for that, okay? It's pretty awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get into, we'll do finishes first, and then we'll do whips, and then starts. Okay, so I got 3 things finished this month. The first one was my next farmhouse Christmas block. Let's see, I gotta figure out how to get this so it doesn't get too dark or shadowy. This is Grandma's quilt. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, I think, in the series. I'm only actually doing 5 out of the series, so this is my 3rd, technically. It's my favorite out of all of them because I love quilt blocks. So yeah, that one is finished. I only have 2 more left, and I can't wait to get those finished. Next was also a new start and a finish, a fully finished piece. This was a freebie by Maria. Oh gosh, brain fart. Bravco, Maria Bravco. It's on her Facebook page. It is the cross stitch patterns by Maria Bravco. If you go into the files, I believe it is dated March 14th or March 17th, 2017. I don't know. If you go to the bottom of her files and then you find the one that's like, it says March 14th or 17th, you'll find this pattern. But I started it and finished it the day after the season series finale. I'm trying not to get glare, but there's gonna be glare. It is John and Ghost. The title of the actual pattern is winter is coming, or I can't remember the exact title of it, but I just changed it to John and Ghost because that's who it is. And I really like it. I know it's so hard to show with all the glare. Oh. I'm sorry for the glare. Super cute. And I actually want a Danny and Drogon one like this. So I commented on her post and asked if maybe she could design one too. Because that'd be super cute to have a Danny and Drogon. Like, look how cute. Anyway, so I got that finished. And then my last finish, well, technically it's not a May finish. I finished it last night, which was June 2nd, but I started it in May. So I started it May 20th. I think this was my last start for Stitch Mania. Then I finished on the 2nd, so 14 days. It is my cropped Spring Queen. It was very bead heavy, so that took a lot longer than I expected. Yep, it's stitched on, this is a 32 count linen. I want to say the color is called Water Lily, but I don't have the tag for it anymore. And then I have my Royal Holiday. So I did her skin 2/2, you know, just as charted. And you know what? I really, really like it. I did Royal Holidays 1/1, and I don't like it as much. I should have just done it 2/2. But it is done and set for. I am not ripping out that skin because that is a chore and a half. But yeah, she's super lovely. Okay, so those were all my finishes for this past few days. I'll show you my whips. So I started May with my Game of Thrones piece because I was stitching this for the entire time that season 8 was airing. Not just the days of the actual show, but all throughout the week as well. This thing is huge. 70 plus pages, I think, for this pattern. Anyways, so I was, I'm gonna have to insert things. I was this far when I picked this up. Had 2.5 pages completed. And I finished. Let me get this kind of folded. So much. Okay, so I had this side, this page and this page finished. And then I had this page partially finished, if you remember from my other, from the picture I just showed. Sorry, I'm mumbling. Anyway, so I finished up this piece, and it took, trying to get it turned to the light. There we go. Took a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. You know, these things, I need to stop anticipating how long things are going to take. I really do need to stop. Hey, cats. Orange, did you have to scare her? Okay, and then I went on to, my plan for Stitch Mania, oh my gosh, I'm holding this all wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Was to start every page across the top, which was, I think, 6 pages left. I had started this one, and then, well, because I finished this, and then I had a little bit time left in April, so I started this page and got a little bit extra. And then May 1st, I started this page. And then I had some inquiries where to get this pattern on Instagram. No, the pattern's not on Instagram, but, I was contacted on Instagram about this pattern. And so I was, they're going to fight now. So I went on to Etsy to find the pattern, so that I could show, and I noticed in the mock-up pictures that it was cropped. And I'm like, why didn't I think of that? This whole top bit is nothing but background, an incredibly boring background. And I was completely frustrated with the fact that I had spent so much time doing this upper bit when I could have just cropped it. I did ask on Instagram if I should do that or not, just because, or if it would be okay to start cropping from now on. And I got some great feedback about it, and I'm thankful for that. Oh, okay. Great feedback about how even if I didn't like it cropped at some point or whatever, I have all this space and I know I can fill that in if I want to. So I worked very hard to get this page finished, and I know I could have kept going, but you know, Game of Thrones was over with, and I was like, okay, let's just put this away for now. That way when I pick it up, it's just a little bit left on that page, and then I can get to the good stuff. Yeah. I keep going back and forth thinking, should I keep doing the stair-stepping method? Or, like, okay, so for this page and this page, I did the stair-step method. For these two pages, I actually did color by color. And there are cons to both, and there are pros to both. I just don't know what I should do. Mostly the cons with these two is that I can see ridges. Like, I don't think you can see them. Yeah, you can. You see that? You see the lines? That's what I get from doing stair stepping. I don't get that. Oh, wrong way. I don't see down here. I don't see that. I mean, at least I don't see it in person. Maybe I see it a little bit in the, I don't know. I'm wondering, will these loosen up when I wash it, when it's done a million years later, or is that something I'm going to have to live with? Anyways, so there's that. I don't know what I'm going to do on the next page, but we'll see, right? We'll see. So I worked on, like I said, I worked on that all the way up until the last episode, and then after that I said, okay, we're all done. I was a bit bummed by the season. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the best it could be either. Ouch, needle. Damn it. I have to put it right there, huh? Yeah. I did cry, of course. I cried because it was ending, pretty much. It was a very sad last episode, but I cried mostly because of the ending and what John had to deal with. Yeah. If you haven't seen it by now, get with it. And if you don't plan to see it ever, then okay. But get with it if you are a fan. And just finish the season. Okay, sorry. It took longer than wanted. My next whip for the month was supposed to be this one. So this is, whoa. I just don't like the see-throughness. Oh. This is my oldest angel. Wait, oh my gosh. Why can't I do this, right? Why can't I do this? Picture here. Okay. Had the first page done, and this is a Year of Whips piece, so I just need to get one more page finished for that to be done. And so I picked it up and started, and you know, it's all the same color right here, so it goes by pretty quickly. Yeah, it goes by really quickly. So, and then I got into a bunch of other stuff, and so I never ended up picking it up again. So I need to go back and go back and finish that page so I can get that marked off my Year of Whips, because that's important, right? Year of Whips stuff is important. Oh, talking about Year of Whips, I was notified by Melanie that I won the little prize for finishing 3 things in the first 3 months or whatever. And so I won. I haven't got my prize yet. She said she'd email it to me in a couple weeks or whatever, so I'm still just waiting on that. But that's pretty exciting. I didn't expect to win. I really didn't. Okay, starts. I did not wait until Game of Thrones ended. I think I waited till maybe the last week of Game of Thrones, and then I started things because I was just kind of bored sitting here, because I like to work on something at my desk during the day, and then I have my main focus at night, out in the living room. So I kind of didn't have anything to do here, so so I started things. I started my Queen Elizabeth. Let's see here. Oops. All right, so she looks like this. She's by Mandy Manzano. I created this pattern using threadbare.com. And so far so good with the pattern. It's massive, as you can see. But she won't be massive. She's not that big. I think she'll be like 11 by 19 or something like that. And I even cropped her just a hair. Just a hair. I think, yeah. So the last, let's see here. So the last page, you know, in a row this way, is a 10 by, it's just a 10 column, like this. So instead of just doing that 10 column of nothing, pretty much just, you know, it's really nothing, I just took off the, what am I trying to say? This first column off of the other side as well, just to kind of even it up a little so it doesn't look so wonky. So I decided to do that, and this is as far as I got. Not a whole heck of a lot. It doesn't look like much. I want to say there are two colors, probably 310 and 939. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. 310 and 939. So not much at all. And this is the edge of the page. Oop, this is the edge of the page right there. I'm sorry for my great camera skills, you know. So there's that. I can't wait to pick that back up again. I don't know when that'll be, because I keep saying that I'm going to focus on Year of Whips. So that is important. Let me get these out of the way. I'm using these Paco thread organizers. These things are amazing. I really like these. I wish I could afford a bajillion of these for everything that for all my big projects. But instead you know, they're too expensive. So Kim, Spartan Stitcher, she mentioned these floss cards on Amazon. These aren't all of them. I'm using the rest for, this one's for, oh gosh, the Oldest Angel. So this is my Oldest Angel one. So while I could have gotten cards, I think I got 10 cards total. Could have gotten cards that held 30 flosses for like $1 more, but then I saw that these ones had hexagons, and so I bought them instead. So they hold 20 each, and they were $1 cheaper, I think, and only 99 cents shipping for 2-day shipping, which is, yes please. I don't have Prime, so if I can spend very little and get it just as quick, I'll be happy. So thank you, Kim, for enabling me. Okay, so Elizabeth was the first. I started her on the 13th, May 13th, and that's on 28 count. Easy count, Monaco. Sorry. I know I'm not saying it, most of my fabric is that because I love it so much. My next start was my next Haid. Yep, I kind of bit the bullet and decided to start all the Haids. Not all of them, but you know, most of them. This one I started on the 15th. It is called The Story Keep Pocahontas by Melanie Dellen. She looks like this. So I'm not... Oh, this way, right? She looks like that. Um, and this is as far as I got. Not very far at all. It's because there's a lot of color changes in the beginning. Right in those upper corners. Once you get a little bit further in, then it's not so bad. It's more chunks of color, but right in that first little corner, it's a lot of color changes. 2/1 tint. I'm doing my Oldest Angel at 2/1 tint. My Game of Thrones one is 1/1, a full cross. I kind of wish that I would have done it tint so it'd go faster. And I'm too afraid to switch. I've heard of people switching it, you know, but I think I'm too far into it to switch it now. Anyway, so I'm worried about the fact that my half stitches go the opposite way. And then the fact that the next page that I'll be starting on that has faces in it. So I don't want it to look extra strange compared to the stuff around it. So I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with that full cross. But yeah. Oh well. Next I started my Russian kit. Well, it's not a kit, my Russian pattern. This is called Cosmonaut. It's from mybobbin.com. My friend on Instagram bought it for me because I went on mybobbin.com and I picked it out and I put it in my cart and I was doing everything and my PayPal would not work. It said it just wouldn't work. It wasn't any kind of glitch or anything. It was just I'm trying to buy from a Russian Ukrainian website and my PayPal was not letting me. I don't know why. I don't know what was going on. And she was so kind enough to buy it for me. I offered to send her the money for it, but she said no. So thank you, Kalu. I don't know what your real name is, but you know, that's okay if that's what you want to go by. I'm stitching this on a 28 count Monaco piece I cut out because I'm trying to be stingy with it. I'm trying to be stingy with it since it's no longer available. The picture looks like this. Isn't he cute? And I am... Okay, this way is up. I marked it. I got smart and took my water-soluble pen and marked up. Because this is as far as I've gotten. There, that's pretty good. That's a kneecap. That's the kneecap. Two solids, one blended already in there. Yep. There's a lot of blended in this. So we'll see. Can't wait to get more on that. I put it in my little constellation bag. My little... Oh. Yeah. Alright, let me see if I can get this in. I'm trying to keep everything neat so it's not that big of a mess when it's unfinished because holy guac, could this become a giant mess if I didn't clean up as I went. Okay. That was started on the 16th. On the 17th, I started One Nation by Bygone Stitches. This was also a gift from another Instagram friend. At first, I could not figure out who it was, but then we got talking again, and I was able to figure it out. I don't know what her name is either. It's Skulls something something on Instagram, and she was so kind to get past this to me when she was finished with it. Bygone Stitches, One Nation. I think it's super nice. So I'm using, am I using the call for colors? I think so. Yes, okay, so these two I'm using the call for colors, the red and the blue, which is Cupid and Blacksmith Blue. I almost switched over to a DMC variegation because it was like it had a darker red to it, but I was like, we'll just go with that. And then I decided to use Ecru instead of the called for Antique Lace by Classic Colorworks, because I was like, you're not really going to see a variegation with that, so I just picked Ecru because that was the DMC called for. And I am stitching this. I'll just leave it like that because I didn't get very far. This is how far I got. 1/1 on, I think this is supposed to be a 28 count even weave. It's an even weave. I think it was supposed to be 28 count. I copy tea dyed this a long time ago, and these little X's look a lot smaller than 28 count. So it might be closer to 30. I've tried counting it a couple times, but it's an indecisive answer. No project bag for this one. It's just in this Ziploc bag. I think I want to get some patriotic fabric and make myself a little project bag for this, since this one's probably going to take a while as well to stitch. It's pretty big. I mean, doing it 1/1 won't be big, but still the same amount of stitches, right? My last new start, minus the, I already had these two finished, or I started these and finished them already. This was my last start. This was in there somewhere. But my last start that's not finished is my Ice and Fire by Maria Bravko. See, I can remember now. It's right there. Started this on the 18th. It looks like... Just take it outside with you, honey. Take it outside with you. Okay. Anyways, looks like this. I bought it the day that she announced it. I could not have it. So, have it in my beautiful dark side bag. Ooh, look at this thing. I splurged for this. Like, there was no hesitation on my part to get this. Like, all the colors, the flowers, everything about this is perfect. All right, so I started this. Okay, it has to go this way. This is 36 count linen that I had in my stash. I think it's an R&R, a white. I can't get out. This pack is white, and I dyed it, double dyed it this gray color. It looks blue, kind of, but it's gray. You can't even see the start. It's because it's all half stitches. Because it's just the middle. You can see it better in person. It's my mouse. So we got Danny's side and John's side. Yep, can't wait to get further on that too. I had debated on cropping it. Cropping the little these guys out, but I don't know how well it's gonna look, so I am going to at least just start stitching up and see. I mean, I've seen somebody else's progress already, and these do look good. It's just Kim's Barton Stitcher mentioned that this looks more like a Lannister lion than it does a Stark dire wolf, and I completely agree with that. It does look like the Lannister's lion. But I'm not good at recharting things, so, sometimes you gotta just live with what you got, right? Anyways, that is it for cross stitch, because the other thing I just started was yesterday, so that's June. That's for June's video. June's recap video. Okay, next, diamond painting. I have a diamond painting finish and a new start. Do you like my shirt? Is now my watch has ended. That's for sure. No, I'll always watch, repeat the series. Okay, diamond painting. I finished my Prince of Peace. Isn't he lovely? I finished this, the 29th or the 30th. I have it, just the 30th. I finished him on the 30th. Already got him mounted to canvas. and he sits on the ledge in my stairwell to the basement just because I really have no clue where I'm going to hang him. And my stairwell to the basement has a nice giant wall for all my craft, finishes. It's just I don't want to hang anything on it yet because we need to get our basement finished. So I could hang it all up now, but then I'd have to take it all down later, so it didn't get damaged in the the finishing business. Anyway, so that's finished, and then I started my Diamond Art Club piece. This is, well, if you look on Diamond Art Club, it's called Mama Knows Best, but when you go to Mandy Manzano's actual art page, it's called Mother of Dragons. So I'm just calling her Mother of Dragons. I'm not going to say Mama Knows Best, because she really doesn't. Little tiny start, way down there in that corner. I thought I'd start from the bottom instead of the top this time. As you can see, it's got a clear cover on it, and I hate it. I hate it. So what I'm doing is I'm putting washi tape, where I want, and then I put washi tape where I cut the plastic, so I could just lift this plastic bit up and without having to uncover, too much of this, because I have cats. Their hair's everywhere. I shed like crazy myself. So I started her the other day, Saturday. So I started her on Saturday, which was the 1st. Yes, the 1st. And I haven't worked on her since. I've been just too busy. But that's gonna be fun. I kind of wish it was round, just so that I could have like a round diamond painting, but it's square, so what I'm used to. What else? Okay, and last but not least was my crocheting and knitting. Okay, so I'll try to talk about this quick. I see my video is already real long. I do have to cut some stuff out, so hopefully it won't be terribly long. So I made this little bag for myself for this crochet project. It's just it willy-nilly. I didn't follow a pattern or anything. I just threw it together. It's not perfect by any stretch because I couldn't figure out how to attach a zipper, so I just my brain wasn't working that day. I had to do it quickly, so I just have this little raw edge on the inside. Not a big deal. Anyways, so I started this piece in April. Yes, and I was going to show you my progress on it, but it was just a tiny bit, so I was like, it's not important. It's not important. Oh, where's my hook? Okay, good, it's in there. All right, so I was offered a chance to test this pattern, but the pattern's already available on Ravelry, which I will link below. So you can see it if you like, in its entirety. It required a fingering weight yarn, which I've never used before, but I actually really like it. I think I'm hooked on fingering weight. I didn't know what to get, so I went on Michaels.com and I was looking around. I looked at Joann's too. And I was trying to find a fingering weight that I could get one skein and have enough. And this is the only brand I could find that had enough yarn on it. It's Lion Brand's Summer Nights. It is, you see how much you can get, 875 yards or 800 meters. And it says super fine, number 1. And the colorway is called Ocean Cove. This is definitely not a color I would normally go for. I don't know why I chose this colorway. Oh, it's so washed out. It's hard to see. So it's pastel pink, purple, blue, green, and it has sparkles in it. I did not know it had sparkles until after I purchased it, which I'm not a sparkle. I don't like sparkle yarn. I really don't. This one's not terrible at all. I don't like sparkle yarn. Anyways, so I got that. Like I said, it's not my normal color. It's pretty colors, but it's not normally what I would go for in a yarn. They had some other nice ones, but I guess I just thought, let's not be, let's not do normal. So this is what I have so far. And it's crochet, and it's crocheted in the classic croissant shape. It's hard to show you guys. There. It's not finished. I'm probably just about halfway done with it. I haven't picked it up in a long time. But it's not bad. I probably restarted this like 5 or 6 times just because the beginning was a bit, it's always challenging in the beginning, I think, until you get the hang of a pattern. So yeah. It's nice and light. It's perfect for spring, maybe summer. I don't know. It's not like I wear them very often. I just like to make them. Isn't that weird? I like to make them. I don't wear them very often. I'll wear stuff in the winter time. Oh, look at that. I like the way that looks. But yeah, I've got a long way to go still. So there's that. Thank you for looking at that. I wish it was a little bit easier so I didn't need to have the pattern with me, but the ends and the beginnings of each row are different every couple of rows. It repeats or something. It's just the middle that's easy. All right, lastly, I don't know if I showed these to you guys. I know I did on my Instagram, but I don't know if I did it in a video, and I probably didn't because I can't remember. Anyways, so we'll do my best to show you guys. When I was looking for yarn, I think for that one, I came across, I looked at Etsy too. I did give Etsy a try. I came across some Game of Thrones yarn, and I got pretty excited about it. So I first ordered this one. The dyer is called Dietastic. She is on Etsy. She's fantastic. She's so nice. She included this little dire wolf charm, stitch marker. Yep. Stitch marker. And this yarn, it's called The Pack Survives. So it's based off of Sansa. So this is the first one I bought. It smells like yarn. It doesn't smell. It's 100% superwash merino, single ply, fingering. It's 400 yards. And this is what I got. I fell in love with it so much that I splurged. She had a mini set of all the colors from her line, her Game of Thrones line. So you got, let me see here. I'm just gonna get this out real quick. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mini skeins. They were 93 yards total, single sock. So same, the 100% superwash merino. And then you got one full size, 400 yards of another color. So 8 total. Everything's caked already because I've been using it. I'll show you in a minute. So the full size skein was this one. It's called, the coloring is not going to work. This is called the Iron Throne. It's grays. It's very nice. I had to recake it this morning because my cat got a hold of it. I need to make another project bag I think I'll do a drawstring bag this time maybe, so that my cat can't get into it. I've been saving it or putting everything in my big vase, but I didn't put that in my vase because this is attached to my project. All right, we'll start in order because this is how I'm using it. So this one, dang, the lighting, or at least to me, I can't tell how well it's lighting up. This is called I Choose Violence. It is based off of Cersei. It's very pretty. Reds and yellows. God, I really can't tell how well this is. Should I try my light? Whoa, that just brightened up my computer a lot. Sorry. But I can tell you can see it better now. So this is I Choose Violence. Next is I Drink and I Know Things. So Tyrion Lannister. It's purples, blues, yellows, a little bit of red. Oop, out of the light. It's really pretty worked up. I'll show you. Next was I'll Burn You Alive, which is Daenerys. So it's blues and yellows. Really lovely. Next was Sansa's. So another ball of The Pack Survives. So I'll use this big one for another pattern. See, they look a little different. This one's more grayish. This one has a lot more purples in it. So I'm excited to see how this one works up. Then it was Anyone Can Be Killed, which is Arya. So it's, oops. Oh my goodness. It is greens and browns. Not in the light. It's really lovely. They're all lovely. I really like them all. This one is Otherwise a Targaryen. This is Jon Snow. So it's browns, grays, and white. And lastly is the Night King. So blues and white. So much fun. And so I've been working on a pattern called Your Roll Is Coming. It is by a designer on Ravelry, Silent Knits. Silent Knits? I can't remember. Again, I will link it below. It's a really cool thought out pattern. So their colorway, like it was a kit. You could get the yarn. You got a yarn, the pattern. You got an 8-sided dice or a die, 8-sided die. I think you got this like little thing that you put on your cakes. I forget what it's called, but it's like a fabric cozy for your cake so that it keeps it snug and doesn't unravel, which is really cool. I didn't buy the kit just because I was late to the game. It's no longer available. But all their yarn was also Game of Thrones themed. It was just a lot different. Grays, yellows, reds. You'll see in the if you click on the link, you'll see. Anyways, I thought it was great because Game of Thrones, and it would be able to feature all my. Well, I had to repeat 2 extra because they only have 5 colors. And okay, sorry, I was interrupted by my daughter. So the concept of this shawl, it's a shawl. The concept of it is you use your big skein as your main color, and then you use your littles for the stripes. And then the stripes. So I'm just doing them in the order that I showed you, just because I really like that order. But they're part of the pattern is. Let me get it. There's 2 pages like this. They're broken up into blocks, 1 through 8. So, and they're different stitches. I'll show you on my thing. What you do is you roll your 8 die, to pick which one to use. And I thought that was super awesome, you know. So I have been, and I should also say, I have not knitted in 10 years. 10 years. I'm thankful I still have all my knitting supplies. Like I have, these are the knit picks, interchangeable cables, interchangeable cables and needles. I still had all my stuff, so I was thankful for that. I only had to look up a couple of YouTube videos to refresh myself on how to knit, but it's been very fun, and I've been going a little crazy looking for new patterns, mostly ones that use fingering weight, because like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with it. Anyways, let me show you what I have. I don't know when I started this. That's on here. We'll stretch it out. Okay, so I have that much. It's kind of hard to show since it's so dark. I did restart this a bajillion times just because, you know, I was getting the hang of it. And it has some stuff that I was unfamiliar with, like setup rows. I was unfamiliar with that. Anyways, so you start out. I don't want this to fall off my needles. Sorry. So there's my Cersei row. That row's a little messed up just because I didn't understand the pattern very much. And then we have this row, Tyrians, which has got this really cool slip over stitch. It's hard to show you guys. And then we got Daenerys's. And then see how Sansa's pretty much blends in with the Iron Throne. You can't even really see it. And then we got Arya. And then I got a second direwolf. I got 3 charms with the when I bought the set. It came with 3 charms. It came with another direwolf and then a wine glass and a dragon. So there's John's just regular knit. I think stock knit stitch. And then I just finished up the Night Kings, and I'm about to repeat. Let's see, so 5, 10. So I'll be repeating up to Dany. So another repeat of Cersei, Tyrion, and then Dany. And then the edging that goes with it will include the last bit, Sansa, because it only needs 5. So Sansa, Arya. Yep, it'll probably just be Sansa, Arya, Jon, the Night King, and then 1 more of Cersei for the edge. So yeah, I was going pretty great on this, working on it every day. See, that's what's in between these stitch markers, that's 1 day's worth of work. I haven't picked it up in a couple days just because I've been pretty busy. But this is so much fun. I did decide not to work on one of the rolls, like one of the sections that you can roll, just because it's you work it in stockinette stitch, but it's opposite. So the knit would be on the reverse side, and then, you know, just it looks like garter, which the main color is only stitched in garter stitch. So I was like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. So I just switched it out, you know, just X-nayed that one. Okay, I've talked forever. I got a couple things I need to cut out of this. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you. There goes dimming a little. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and commenting and putting up with my rambling. And when I try very hard not to, I try so hard to just keep it to the point, but I'm not that person. I really struggle with explaining things a little too deeply, like things that are not necessary. So thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.